Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of It's All Well and Good with me, Abbie Nesbitt. Oh, I'm kind of nervous because I've taken another break. But that's because this year has been absolutely crazy, hasn't it? We're in March already. It's Monday, the 2nd of March. March. Also, if you think that there's a little bit of a difference in my mic, it's because I'm using my little handheld mini DJI mic instead of using my mic. And that's because I've misplaced, not lost, misplaced my Daisy Link chain that basically connects it to my laptop. So that's going to be what I'm going to be doing after this podcast. After editing it, I'm going to go and find where that is because I do love my Rode mic so much. So if there's a slight difference, if my shushes and my P's and my T's sound a little bit funny to you, it's because I'm using a slightly different mic, but we're still on brand because I have got a little orange mic cover for the top of this mic. So that means when I have any guests as well, they are on theme. I actually have the other mic right here so you can see them side by side if you're on the video. So yeah, slightly different shades of orange, which is not annoying me whatsoever. But yeah, it's good to be back as always. I've missed doing the podcast as always. And I've got a new wave of motivation. I've got a new idea, which I think you will all be hopefully excited as I am. I will get into that in just a minute. We'll have a catch up first. It's funny because when I had written these notes, I put down what I've been doing lately, Jan recap. So we're going to double up. We're going to do a Jan Feb recap. January was lovely. It was a really nice start to the year. Was just kind of getting into routine. My niece turned 4, which kind of makes my heart hurt. And I went to Copenhagen with my best friend Bex, and I have a full vlog that still needs to be edited. Bex, I'm sorry, I am getting round to it. My time management skills aren't that great. If you're a future employer, please don't take note. But I've got a full Copenhagen vlog. We had such a good time. Copenhagen is absolutely amazing. I always said that I love France and I love Paris. And I went to Paris and I had such a good time in Paris with Phoebe. We had an absolute ball. There's something different about Copenhagen. It feels a little bit more grown up and a little bit, I don't know. It's a lot cleaner. It's got a lot going on. The vintage shops are unbelievable. Bex girl, we did some walking around them vintage shops. I got some gorgeous pieces, which I'm going to debut in spring and summer. But I've jumped straight into a trend that I really, really wanted to try for so long, and that's opaque tights. So I bought my first pair of like a silvery, grey, blue pair of tights in Copenhagen. That was me just checking if this mic is definitely on. And yeah, got a lovely pair of tights. Got this lovely like double zip top. I love tops that you can zip down from like your chest, and you can also zip it up from the bottom. Got one of those. Didn't realize that it was a double zip until I took it home. Still love the top. Love it even more though that I found that out. And I got a lovely grey skirt with some pockets on it, which would be cute for summer. I mean, I could layer them up now, but I just feel like it'd be a little bit on the clunky side. As always, still styling my clothes, trying to develop my own personal style, which has been really fun lately. To the point where I've actually went off shopping for Lent. And this was a complete like strategy move for me. I think one, for the financial sense, obviously. Two, for the fact that I do want to just style the clothes that I already have instead of searching for things that I think will complete my wardrobe. I am now looking into my wardrobe and trying to create complete outfits instead, which has been fun. Vinted, Depop, eBay, Amazon, all of it are completely off my phone. I don't get any notifications. I don't even get any emails. I unsubscribe from the emails because I don't want to get pulled into using the apps through the web browser. So they're all off my phone. I'm having a shopping detox, which is going quite well actually. And I got paid on Friday. So I've still got money, which is good because instead when I do usually get paid, I'll make a few orders and then I'll feel like I slowly eat into it throughout the month. So I'm trying to be more financially focused, which is paying off. Shout out to Emma Neal. You did a really, really good podcast on being more financially focused in February, and that's exactly what I'm doing in March. So thank you for giving the boost and motivation for that, because that is exactly what my finances needed. This year so far, I've spent loads of time with family and friends. I went home to Ireland to see my family and to see my nieces, and my other niece Violet, she turned 2. I just feel like everything's changing and everyone's growing up so quickly. Can we all just stop? And yeah, it was really nice to see them all. I had a really good time. It's always good to go home and get some home comforts and see my family. And I'm actually just back from doing a full weekend hiking holiday with Eddie and his family in Hebden Bridge, close to a town called Mythenroyd. And we did loads of hikes over the weekend. So I'm feeling very zen. I'm feeling very refreshed and ready for this week and this month. You know what? What one thing I will miss is the fact that the month of February was 4 complete weeks. Apart from the Sunday, obviously, was the 1st of March. But on the calendar, it's 4 complete weeks. I cannot explain how good that was when I was like making plans, or like, because I'm a social media manager, like making schedules and like working ahead of the month. It was so nice to see like a full month across 4 full weeks. I don't know if you're like me and you agree, but like it didn't really change anything to what it didn't change how I was approaching my schedules. It was just every time I went onto my calendar, I was like, oh, that feels good. My New Year's resolution is going really well so far. Oh my god, so I haven't even said Happy New Year. Is it even? It's definitely way past the point. Anyway, Happy New Year. My New Year's resolution is to do a hike a month. And I did a hike in January with Eddie and Dan. We went to Erwood. No, we did that last time. Where did we go? We went to Mulfamo, which is apparently the Scouse Mountain, because all the Scousers love that mountain. And we did that hike. It was lovely in January. It actually wasn't as cold as what I thought it was going to be. Then in February, me, Dan, Gina, Eddie, and Kyle did Erwood Reservoir, which was beautiful. It was like the first full sunny day that England basically had. And we were walking around this gorgeous reservoir. The views, I mean, the sun, the sky. We even had snow when we got up, like up a good bit, which was just so nice. Me and Gina were eating the snow. No, we weren't eating yellow snow. Did we even check? Yeah. But yeah, it's a good way to stay hydrated when you're on hike. Top tip. And it's ice cold. And then we obviously did our hikes over the weekend as well. And the next one coming up is Egarn, which is in North Wales. I've done this one before. I did it maybe 3 years ago with a group of girls, and it was so much fun. But we were very underprepared for that hike. So this time I'm going to be more prepared for that. Going to have proper footwear and proper thermals and a nice jacket. I did get a new nice rain jacket from Ayacucho, and it's a lovely sky, like dusty kind of blue. Oh, it's just so nice. But I need to get new hiking boots, because my hiking boots give up on me over the weekend. The sole off my left shoe just started peeling off from the heel, so they're in the bin. So I need to invest in some hiking shoes. But I'm also on a shopping ban, so I don't know how I'm going to make that work, but I'm going to make it work somehow, because I actually do need to keep up with this resolution. So maybe I can give a little bit of leeway into buying new hiking boots. Ed says he's going to buy them for me and I can pay him back after my Lent is over, but it feels a bit counterintuitive for that. But you know what? If it makes it work, it makes it work. And I stick to my resolution. So happy days. I also went to my first fashion show. I've never been to a fashion show before, and I'd seen this one a few months ago. It was the Kate Elizabeth Spring Summer Fashion Show in Future Yard over in Birkenhead in Merseyside. It was absolutely amazing. I went by myself. I actually went by myself and had the best time ever. Don't get me wrong, the first 40 minutes, I was on the verge of a mental breakdown. There were tears in my eyes because, right, let me just take you through my is it trails or trains of thought? Whatever one, whatever floats your boat. I was in the venue, walked in, got myself a drink. I promised myself I wasn't going to drink either when I was doing this. I wanted to be completely sober, because I didn't want that to be a way of, giving me more confidence in speaking to other people. I wanted to, just do it off my own back and not rely on alcohol to make me more confident. So I got myself a little soda water and lime. I got a pint of it. Goodness. And I walked into the event space and I stood kind of towards the back, and I stood there and was like, oh, well, I can't go up to the bar because I just got a drink at the other bar. Stood at the back and was like, okay, this looks lovely. It's quite busy. Everyone looks really cool. There's some really good outfits. The lighting's really cool. The music's good. The DJ looks really hot. Like, I was just having a good time. And then I was like, oh, all the anxiety started to set in. So one by one, I was like, okay, so anybody who's seen me walk in through this door will have seen me walk in by myself. And because it's been 10 minutes, they're probably thinking, oh, maybe she's waiting for a friend. Or maybe she's here by herself. Ooh, she's here by herself. Okay. And I was like, all right, okay, maybe I'll just, I'll just like kind of dance to myself. Also awkward. Or maybe I'll sing. But then from a distance, that looks like I'm talking to myself, and then I'm definitely the weirdo in the room. Then I was like, all right, well, I'll pull out my phone and go on my phone for 5 minutes. And I definitely look like the weirdo who's come out by herself that goes on her phone. She might as well have just stayed at home. So I went, sod it. I'll just have a couple of sips of this drink. Downed it all, obviously, out of pure sheer panic. I was sweating at this point. I needed the soda water and lime injected into my veins, basically. Then I was like, oh, well, need to go to the toilet. So walked into the toilet, nearly killed someone in the way in through the door. Bumped into a girl that I do know, and I feel like I did make a dick out of myself. I was just like, oh, I'm here by myself. Just justified bumping into her by saying that I was here by myself. Ran into the toilet, was shrieking in the toilet. I was just like, oh my God. I just made an absolute idiot out of myself. Sat in the toilet and was like, right, Abbie, get your shit together. Went out, washed my hands. There's a girl beside me washing her hands. She looks really nice. Complimented her. She complimented me back. She said she liked my jacket, my polka dot jacket. I'm still obsessed with polka dots. It's just, the way people say that leopard print is their neutral? I think polka dots becoming that for me. And I also think it's linked to the fact that I was so heavily obsessed with 101 Dalmatians when I was younger, the original animated version, not like any of the remakes, the live mix. I used to watch it on repeat at my granny's house all of the time across the weekend. Like, I just, like, if you ask her, she will say 101 Dalmatians or The Land Before Time. Two very good movies. Besides the point, she compliments my jacket. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. It is my favourite jacket. Drying hands. Oh, well, I'll see you in there. And if I don't if I don't see you, have a good time. We walk into the event at the same time. Obviously, there's only one way. And I'm stood there, and then I kind of get chatting to these two who seemed very, very close. So I just felt like I was a little bit too far away to kind of get in their conversations. I was kind of just like, yeah, like, lived here for nearly 7 years, went to uni here, da 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 da. Anyway, and then I kind of stooped towards the back. Then I bumped into a group of girls that I know, but they were on a mission, like getting content and stuff. They work for a local magazine, and it's a local independent magazine. So they were kind of doing their thing. So I felt like I couldn't really get in the conversation. And then there was a few people who complimented my jacket, and I was just like, thank you so much. Talk to me. Talk to me. I beg you to talk to me. Please talk to me. Please. Oh, deep breaths. Walks back to the bar. Has another deep breath and thinks, how am I going to get through this whole show being stood by myself? Surely when the show starts, it'll be a lot better. And, nobody's looking at me then. Nobody was looking at me anyway, but no one would definitely be looking at me then. I'm stood at the bar. I don't need to be at the bar. I've still got basically half of my drink. Well, it's enough to not want another soda water and lime. Who wants to be double parked with a soda water and lime? Not me. Not even me by myself. And I'm stood there, and this girl approaches me and she says she likes my jacket. Thank God I wore that jacket, Thank God I actually wore that jacket, because it was like a chick magnet. Fellas, if you want to pull the girls, get a polka dot jacket. So I'm stood there and she compliments my jacket. And I say, oh, thank you so much. Like, I can't remember what I said. I complimented her back. Obviously, etiquette. Duh. And then I I said to her, I was like, oh, have you been here before? No, I've never been here before. Oh, well, I've been here before, like a few years ago. Then there was a brief pause and I just went, who are you here with? And she goes, oh, I'm here by myself. And I literally, like, you know, when you like hold on to someone's arm, but you don't like actually like grip them, you just like kind of put your hand on their arm. And I just went, oh, thank God, because I'm here by myself too. And she went, oh my God, no way. And then I just went, can we chill together, please? And she went, yes. Okay. And we ended up having the best night ever. No one explains how hard it is to try and make friends or acquaintances or even just like speak to people when you're in your mid-20s. They all say it's really hard, but then when you're actually in the situation, oh my God, awful. But Bethany, thank you so much for speaking to me. Because I've found a friend in you and we had such a good night. And we watched the show. The show was full of drag queens, full of dancers. It was like gay, pop, princess, diamante, leopard print, pink, purple, blue. I'm really testing out the mic by saying that, aren't I? And just like faux fur, fishnets, high heels, flats. Like it was just so good. Like Melissa Kate, you did such a good job. It was such a fantastic, fantastic show. And in the end, me and Bethany ended up getting loads of pics on the stage because why the hell not? And we bumped into another group of girls, and one of those girls, let me get her Instagram up because she is a artist, and I kid you not, she had one painting and two drawings up on the walls, and I just assumed they were pictures. I thought it was like a mini photography exhibition. No, they were full on pieces of art, and she is called Imogen Griffiths. Her art is just, I don't know if you can say that, I'm sorry, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Look her up on Instagram, Imogen Griffiths art. But yeah, I had a fantastic time. I've actually got another fashion show this weekend is the Refugee Women Connect Strike a Pose fashion show fundraiser that raises money for the little that raises money for Refugee Women Connect. And honestly, they have so many designers, so many creatives. It's going to be an absolute ball. I can't wait. I wanted to go to it last year, but I couldn't. But this year I'm going to go down. I'm going to get some content and I'm bringing Bethany with me. Yeah, we're going together and we're going to have a great time at our second fashion show. And just like that, that's you all caught up, I think. I don't think there's much more to say. Happy belated Valentine's Day to the girls. Let me take a quick scroll through my camera roll just to double check. Does anybody else use their camera roll as like an archive of their memory? I think it's a really bad habit, to be honest. I do love showing people like what's on my camera roll whenever I've been somewhere. I'm such a show and tell kind of person because I think I'm a very visual person. So I like to be able to imagine or like I like when people are descriptive with stories that they're telling. So then I can visualize it. So I feel like I'm really listening and I'm really in it with them. So I push my pictures onto everybody else basically and do the same. So, but then it's kind of got to the point now where this phone is not only my iCloud storage, but it's my memory storage too. So yeah, I think there's been loads of failed attempts of going viral on TikTok. Um, Sounds harsh on myself, but it's true. Still trying to be a full-time content creator. But anyway, still working away. Oh, I've been working at Cream for 2 years. That's you all caught up. Essentially, what this episode is mainly focused on is me introducing the new direction for this podcast in the sense that one, I want to update the artwork because I feel like I've got more of a sense of my style. So I want that to reflect in my artwork. And I don't know when that's going to change. I don't think I'm going to attach it to any which episode. I'm not going to like launch it. I think I'll change it and post the pics on Instagram. So if you want to see them, follow me. But essentially the new direction is let me give you some context. So I've been listening to a lot of research based podcasts that are hosted by women who are of similar age to me, who are interested in similar topics, who kind of are in similar echo chambers. No, I wouldn't actually. No, I don't like the word echo chamber because it means that you're really hearing what's in the chamber. But yeah, I've been listening to a lot of creatives who are what I feel that have similar interests to me because I'm interested in things that they're talking about. And what I've noticed is that I learn so much from their podcasts. I learn so much from their content. And I want that for you. I want you to feel like you're coming away from my episodes and that you're learning something new, or that you have a thought that kind of lingers in your mind that makes you think about things maybe in a different way, or makes you think about a certain area or avenue or line of thinking that you've never had before, or just really that you're learning something new. Because I think it's really important that you always keep learning. I could keep turning out these episodes and talking about current social media trends and ins and outs and my like fashion or favorites, and which are all good and which probably will be included in this podcast as well. Like I'll be doing bonus episodes where they're a little bit more chatty, a little bit more like this, and I'll have my guests as well. So it'll be kind of, those will be like sprinkled around the episodes that I do want to apply more research to. These research based topics and episodes will be coming to you every 2 weeks because I want to make sure that I'm actually doing hard research into what I'm talking about. And that'll make sense in a minute when I talk about what topics could be coming up in no particular order. So I just really want to dedicate a lot more time into the structure of my podcast episodes. And I think that comes with having more time in my schedule for these episodes. Weekly episodes, I think, just in this sense, don't work for me. I work full time. I do have busy weekends and I do prioritize my social life and anything else I can fit around my working life as well. So I think if I extend the distance between each episode to 2 weeks, it allows me to have more free evenings to dedicate to the podcast. I feel like saying that it might turn into a potential burnout. Hopefully not. But I feel that I'm ready to, take that step with the podcast and create more strong, structured, potentially less opinion based, more structured based episodes where you feel like you're coming away and that you've learned something new about a new topic, as well as listening to me and like keeping up with me if that's what you're interested in. Well, that's what I'm going to say anyway, whether you're interested in it or not. I just don't want to be churning out the same feeling of things. Like I've the topics that I've listed before that I feel like I don't want to keep repeating might sound different, or the actual contents of them might be different, but to me it would feel like I'm just kind of recycling content, and I think I am better than just doing that. It's good to do that, I get it. But I want to do more research based stuff. And it means that I learn things along the way as well. And it's always good to keep learning. I want them to be more stimulating. That's what it is. So yeah, I've literally written down here, still underlined, fun, good vibes, and enjoyable. Just underlined, a new direction with guests in between. And yeah, do you want to hear a sneak peek into what could be coming up? So they do sound quite serious. And I do want to preface that, like, they the topics will be more serious, but I want to keep it lighthearted. I want to keep it easy to digest and, to listen to. I don't want it to sound like a really intense news kind of. I don't want to. I don't want to lecture. Essentially, I don't want to lecture you with information and statistics and boring stuff. I want to keep it fun and lighthearted. I want to do my research, break it down into a way that helped me understand it, and then I can articulate that for you as the listener in a way that's enjoyable. So here are a few topics in no particular order. So don't get hung up in the order, because what I say first is not coming first. We need to start consuming more art now, and why. Coffee culture relies on social media marketing. My dissertation that I wrote in uni. The pretentious escape called Substack. Ways you could be a better feminist as a man, woman, or non binary person. Death to the clean girl aesthetic. The benefits of the countryside on your mental health. Everything is art. Abortion laws in Northern Ireland. Overconsumption, which we have done before, but I think it's always important to bring up. Want to be my parasocial bestie. And alcohol behaviours in Northern Ireland. That was me dropping the mic. But yeah, the ones I'm most interested in is like these are kind of titles that I've come to and I've just thought, oh, that would be really cool, like interesting to break down and look into. So the pretentious escape called Substack. I feel like I could write a Substack on that or even just post that on Substack. Coffee culture relies on social media marketing. Obviously, the ones about Northern Ireland about alcohol behaviours and abortion laws. Do you know what? I feel like I am excited for all of them. I'm excited to share with you my dissertation. It's about, I think I've maybe touched on this before, maybe a year ago or so, but it's about the relationship between social media influencers and how they affect our authentic tourist experience when we're on holiday. Oh, not everyone has an inner monologue. So yeah, and everything is art. A lot to digest, a lot to go through, but I really hope you join me on this journey of becoming a little bit more intellectual with my podcasts and making them enjoyable but more thought provoking. And I'd just like to say thank you so much for joining me this far. I'm really excited for this next direction and where it's going to take us both. And yeah, you know where to catch me on my socials. And I will see you in the first episode. Should I pick up a yeah, okay. Let's pick an episode. Let's go with I want to do the pretentious escape called Substack. Should we do it? Okay, let's do it. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you then.